Hi friends, it's Julia. I'm here to share a layout that I created with my January 2020 Counterfeit Kit Challenge kit or my December 2019 Christmas Stash kit. I had originally put this kit together to play along with Christy's Beautiful Life doing her 30 days of sketches. She did her last one in November 2019 and I had planned to do the same in December. And so rather than be able to complete the whole process, I failed. I failed miserably. But I kept working on the layouts, even though it lasted me through January. And so when Counterfeit Kit Challenge posted their inspiration kit for January, I still had quite a bit of Christmas stash left with this kit. So I just carried on using the same kit. If you're interested in following along with Christy's Beautiful Life, you can go over to her YouTube channel and on her 30 Days of Sketches playlist. This one is actually from November 2019, and this is layout or sketch number 28. So if you want to find what the sketch looked like, have a look-see over there. And you can see I'm just using this older washi tape to create a border down here at the bottom. And I've decided I'm going to use several pieces of washi tape to go along the bottom there to give me a border along the bottom side of the paper. And you can see because it's older and sometimes it gets a little gunky, I don't necessarily always give up on it. I keep plugging along with it to make it work for me. And that's what I've done here. And so the background papers, I have a piece of peach color cardstock that's out of one of those random, the random cardstock packs that you get. And so I don't even know who the manufacturer was that. But the pattern paper with all the dots, that is from Felicity Jane. And that's part of the Noel Christmas kit that I got from her this year. So I love... that was my favorite piece of the whole kit, and it was hard to use it. And you can see I'm already on layout number 28, and I'm just now, I can't remember if this was, no, I used the first one pretty quick, and then I had this one left, and so I've kind of been hoarding it, not wanting to use it till the very end. But I am forcing myself to use some of these products that I've been holding on to because I love how they look, but I love them even better when I eventually get them onto scrapbook layouts. But it's just a chore getting me to use them because I love them so much and don't want to use it all up. You know, I'm sure I'm not the only person out there like that. How about you? Are you one of those people? Do you hoard your favorite products? Do you keep them stashed away and never use them because you don't want to run out of them? Yeah, that's what I find myself doing with some of my collections, and I'm trying to get better about using them. Here the photos are of my granddaughter and actually my dog. Until I pulled the camera out, my dog was passed out in front of the sofa and my granddaughter on the sofa. And these were taken on Christmas afternoon. So she had had all the excitement and fun she could stand for the morning, and by afternoon she was wore out. And you can see I have lots of scraps of white cardstock in this kit so far. I've used tons of it for different things. And here I am. I'm going to layer up the cardstock in the background. Just all the scraps. And I'm okay with that. It doesn't matter if it's not a solid full piece to me. As long as I can get them used, that is my primary goal. And then really, unless you're looking at it with maybe a scrapbooker's eye, you won't see it. You won't pay that close attention to it. My kids never point out and go, oh, look, Mom, you used multiple pieces of cardstock behind that photo. You know, why would you do that? Why didn't you use a solid sheet of cardstock? No, they're always like, oh my gosh, Mom, I remember that when, you know, my kiddo passed out from all the excitement and the dog was sleeping there with her. Yeah, those are the things that they remember. They don't remember those other things. Or they don't pay attention to those other things. So there, I'm just going to gather up my scraps there. And I tend to do that when I have a bunch of them and I haven't sorted them in a while. I put them in almost size order as I go through. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm going to glue those photos down and then start adding some embellishments. And of course, I did cut that part out where my glue ran out and I had to put more adhesive into it. But doesn't that always happen when I'm recording a video? It seems like it does to me. So I love how that banner goes across the bottom of the paper, all those washi strips down there. I'm going to put my title on the edge of this ruler, and once I get it there, then I'll move it around on the paper and see where I want to place it. I have enough of a gap under the paper or under the photos that I could technically put the title there, but when I put it there, it looks too smushed in. And so I actually moved the title down a little bit. And you'll see here in just a minute, you'll still be able to see the washi tape, but I do put the title on top of the washi tape. And my poor old rulers in these videos are looking horrific. They are full of gunk and goo because I haven't cleaned them in forever. But after I finish these layouts and a couple of other projects, I finally do clean my rulers because they look horrible. And there I just used a different letter and was going to create an A, but because I had used that other type of A already, it didn't feel right to me. So I just went to a different sheet and pulled the A off of it. That's really the only bad thing about this Sticko alphabet. They're foam letters, they have great coverage, great adhesive, but there's not enough of each letter in there. I think there's like 2 of each letter. And so that's just not enough to create several different layouts, you know. Anywho, so you can see my whole process of how I move that around and then put the alphabet or put the title down on the paper. And that's a process that I've done my entire the entire time that I have been scrapbooking. I have always done it that way. I never learned how to do scrapbooking any other way. So that's just how I do it. And I've tried other ways over the years, but I always come back to this one. I pulled out that 4x6 pocket page card with the Santa Claus on it, and it is a Project Life card. And so I'm going to place it down there, and I'm going to put it on top of that doily to just give it a little extra sparkle there. Even though there's lots of metallic on the Santa Claus himself, I think that extra foil there really gives it a little additional pop. And I'll do some embellishment clusters here in just a second. I say this every time, I love how these layouts turned out. And I think a lot of it, not only is it the pictures that I am scrapbooking, but it is the paper collections that I am using. I have had some of my supplies for years and years. Granted, I think most of the things on this layout are relatively new with the exception of the washi tapes. I mean, like within the last couple of years, I've purchased them. So it feels good to be able to pull out some of those things and get them used up. But not just necessarily on this layout, but some of the other ones that I've created where I've used even older product. I am loving those because I have hung on to some of these things for years and years and years and just refuse to give them up because I love them so much. Down at the bottom, you'll see in the bottom right-hand corner, I have a couple little pieces down there. The chipboard pieces, the chipboard circles that I have from Freckled Fawn. Can I tell you guys, those are amazing. I love flair, I do. But these chipboard circles, I flip and love way more than flair. They don't add quite that lift to your page, and there's just something about them. I just love them. And if I could convert all of my flair into these chipboard pieces, I would so do it in an instant. So there I use the one with the little Christmas tree on it and place it right down there. And I'm going to use glue dots to put that down. And holds it perfectly. Someone told me there was a covering on the back that you could peel up and make it a sticker. But if there is, I haven't been able to identify it, and I just kind of shred it when I try to peel anything off the backside. So I've given up. If there is something back there, darn, I'm missing it. But glue dots work pretty effectively. Anyway, I'm getting down to the end of what I want to create, and I'm about to start adding on my finishing touches. I did lose a little bit of video at the very end, so you don't see the final product, but you'll see it in my layout share video. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you being here, and I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.